Hey y'all, it's your DM here, just doing a quick little announcement here. For some reason, the audio quality in this one is a little off. I guess this was my transition to having a stand for my mic, so I guess I had the mic a little too close to my face. There was also a little bit of an audio issue with Yang. His computer wasn't working, so he had to record from his phone. It still sounds okay-ish, but you can still hear some issues. And then, for some reason also, Rina's, mic was at this time like conking out, I guess. Anytime, her phone was near her mic, you would just hear static. So, I did my best to edit out all of that stuff, but there's still some of it you can hear. So I just wanted to apologize about a bit of sound quality. It should be fixed, by next episode. If it's not that one, then it's the one after, because these next two episodes are segments of two separate sessions altogether, one with one group and one with another that's kind of fused together. But anyway, I hope that gets fixed, and I hope you're able to kind of just look past it. Anyway, on with the episode.
This is a Skeptic Frogs production.
Fire.
Air.
Water.
Earth.
8 years have passed since the Avatar's untimely end, with fear that the Avatar line may have ended, and with withering hope for the White Lotus to continue holding peace. The search for the next Avatar hastily begins.
Previously on Dicebenders.
Now, with the use of future industries and my brain, we were able to create this. We call it synthetic bending. You have my vote for the meeting.
They're planning on kidnapping the president.
I highly doubt that the White Lotus is going to be behind that.
I'm not just White Lotus.
Well, I'm trying to be.
Sorry, Jaeger.
Jaeger, the three of you have begun walking your way back to Mike's place, Dante following behind you as you asked him why he was there in the first place.
Yes.
Sean is staying quiet. He's just listening to this as the three of you are leading your way, which may take some time unless you are able to hail a cab, which in that case, that would be Shang that could do so. It's no issue with that. We'll just continue to roleplay as you are making your way back to the building. But you ask Dante why he was there.
Yes.
And he looks down a little bit, looks at you, and he goes, well, you may not believe this. I work with the police. I am undercover, and we're trying to put a stop to this revolt group.
So, that means you can tell the police about the plan to kidnap the president then.
Yes, I am glad I came tonight. Otherwise, none of what we figured out tonight was going to happen. We would have never have known. Like, this is wild. I didn't think that they would try to stretch so much like that. You can see he's just a little frazzled at the idea in the first place. Like, who would kidnap the president? Like, that's insane.
That's insanity. It's, let's see. So, do you have anything to back up this claim that you're an undercover cop?
Yes. Mike's father, or Kevin's father, Mike, he already knows. That's actually the reason I was at his house. He's kind of working with us too. He's basically my undercover quote unquote boss. Like, I work under him, and he's saying all of this in air quotes to not arise any suspicion as to who I am or what part I have to play in the city. We don't need them thinking that I work with the police, and I don't look like I do anyway. And he kind of gestures at his body as he's talking. But you can't be too careful, especially when you're working with people that are, not as law abiding as you would like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, well, that's a relief, I guess. I'm just trying to remember. There was something that I really wanted to talk about, but I don't remember. I'll probably remember on the way back.
Yeah, that's fine. But you see, Shang doesn't really have anything to say. He's just nodding along. Gestured for a cab. You guys are able to start taking a ride. He makes sure to pay the guy.
Oh, good Shang. Good on him.
Yeah, we don't need other time. Like
we don't
last
need
time.
another time.
But you see, most of the ride, Dante is just kind of getting information from you. What exactly Taro was telling you. He does ask Rina, do you know where that name comes from? Or did she just make it up? Trying to get all the information he can about tonight and about your experiences with Taro.
Right.
Especially because you said that they're related, so if he can figure out who Taro is, he can figure out who the lady is.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, as he's writing down in his notebook, so do you know where she's from? Do you know anything about her?
I don't know anything about her, apparently.
Okay, well, what has she told you about her? We'll start with that. Whether or not it's the truth or not, I guess we'll just have to find out, but yeah.
I know she has a very deep connection with her mentor, Torque, who is not here. He's back at the White Lotus School.
Oh, okay.
I'm afraid that's all I know.
Yeah.
She also has a gun. I just want to point out that she has a gun.
Oh, does she have a permit for that?
I don't know.
Oh, this is... okay, that's great. All right.
Don't worry. She bought it in a totally different country under a totally different name.
Oh, let me guess. She used Taro, right? She used that name?
She sure did. Yes.
So good to hear. Thank you. That eases my brain. Oh, yeah, that eases everything.
Registered. Yeah,
Thank
don't
you.
even worry.
Oh, I'm so not worried at all whatsoever that there's an unlicensed gun here and an unlicensed person doing unlicensed thing in my city that should be very, very licensed, but cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
don't
you.
worry. If you wanted any paperwork anyway, it doesn't really matter because last time I remember that city was practically on fire when we left. So who knows what happened with those papers?
Wait, what are you talking about? What?
We just fought essentially a giant demon. It's no big deal. It happens all the time.
What?
I'm sure.
And Sean is just nodding
cop,
quietly on the side.
But rest assured, officer, we were just minding our own business.
Mm-hmm. And do you... And he looks at Shang and looks back at you. Mind your business a lot? Is this usually what happens when you mind your own business? These kinds of things?
I lean in, nose to nose with this man, and I say, all the time.
And he looks back at Shang and looks at you and just scribbles something in his note, but he doesn't say anything.
I back up a little bit, but slower than I approached him with.
And you see that he just looks a little uncomfortable being in the car with you right now. But is there anything else that you want to ask him?
So how long have you been trying to get into their circle?
They've only been around for a couple of years max, so it's only been until the last few months. Truth be told, before I even started working with the police, I was working with Mike at the factory.
So it took you months to do what I did in a single night.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was by myself. I didn't have the leader's sister with me, and you got to give me some credit.
Yeah, you did pretty much hold your own in there.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, with how little they even like me, I am surprised they didn't try kicking my ass tonight. The Firebenders don't treat me very well. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, just look at me, and you do look at him. He is kind of like a thin. He doesn't even look like he looks young still, relatively young still. And he's like, I don't exactly give the impression that I'm a tough firebender that's been through a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so I work with what I got, and lo and behold, you guys show up. I wasn't expecting that. I honestly thought things would go a lot worse than they did, but they seem to like you. And also, what was this whole thing about meeting up somewhere? You were mentioning something about that? Or they were leaning into you, but the dude does not know how to whisper.
They were essentially saying that they had a plan, which I'm assuming is in relation to the presidential kidnapping. They wouldn't specify, but they wanted me to meet at the bar where Shang lost at pool. I mean, where I got the information about the location.
I didn't lose at pool.
Okay, you didn't lose at pool.
I just didn't win at pool.
That's yes.
And, you see, the first time you've seen it before. It's been a long time, but he does give you a very small smirk when he says that to you.
Shang, you're so humble.
I know.
God damn it.
But, okay. And he goes, Dante goes, okay, are you planning on going there, or what?
To be honest, I don't know. I mean, you saw the state I left that place in. It'd be kind of weird to show back up to do that after the speech I gave.
I mean, well, yeah, I guess, but, if it has any sort of lead to what they're trying to do, we're gonna have to know something.
Well, I just have a strong feeling I'm gonna have to break this news about Taro to the rest of my team first and make a plan off of that. See what they gathered first. I don't want to go headlong into my own way.
Yeah, and that's fair, I guess. I do need to talk to the captain also and give him all of this information, and he kind of waves his notebook as he says it. So it sounds like we're going to be pretty busy for the rest of the night.
Yeah, we both have paperwork to do. I mean, you have paperwork to do. I just get to talk.
Yeah, I kind of wish my job was like that too, honestly.
Why don't you become a White Lotus member?
That's not my thing. Definitely not my thing. I kind of like being here. And, Mike treats me well. The police force treats me decent. So,
Well, what if we had a White Lotus school here?
I didn't know that was even going to happen.
That's what we're trying to do. Best friend from many years ago.
Yeah, I'll think about it. How's that?
I'll put in a good word.
I appreciate that. Yeah, sure. Okay, and he kind of looks over at Shang.
I look over at Shang too while he's looking at him, and I do like the finger across the neck thing.
Shang just nods. And Dante's like, oh, scribbles something down on his notebook.
What are you writing?
Nothing. I'm not writing anything. Just doodles. Just friendly doodles.
Anxiety.
What do I have to roll to figure out what's in that book?
Depends on what you're trying to do to read it.
I'm just trying to take a little peek.
Okay, give me a perception check, and he'll give a sleight of hand to see how he can like arc away from your book. Jesus.
What?
Go ahead and roll.
I got a natural 20.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, he got a natural 22.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord. So what is your perception score? He's got a
my
+3.
I've got a +2, so I guess that would mean he beat me by 1.
Okay, but with the nat 20, I will at the very least say this as you go and try to take a
go into the void.
No, he just kind of pulls it away so you can't look at it. But with the nat 20, I will say this: you do see a reflection of his notebook in the car mirror. It's just mirrored, so it's hard for you to read. But he quickly closes it and puts the notebook in his jacket and is like, or in his clothes, and is like, "Well, yeah." He's just very nervous around, most notably Shang.
I guess I just do a little and look away.
All right. The group, I will say that you guys get there roughly the same time. Of course, Yang and Kevin, you guys are flying a Bison, so you don't have to worry about traffic as much. So you guys get there first, but followed shortly after comes a cab that pulls in front of Mike's home. Jaeger, Shang, and another figure walks out of the cab as you guys landed outside of Mike's place in the front yard, getting off of Iroh and leading him to the garage where they said that they would have things set up for him to be able to stay in there. As you walk out of the garage, you see those three walking up to the house.
Kevin is pretty much happy as heck. Wanted to get the heck out of that general's place, and also we could vex her.
Yang waves at them approaching and says, "We got a problem."
You waved at who and said that?
I waved at Jaeger, Zhang, and what's his face, and say, "We got a problem."
Oh, this what's his face? His name is Dante, and you're telling me, yeah, we got big problems.
Let's go inside, have some tea, and discuss these problems.
Yeah, we're gonna need Mike there as well.
I'll go get my father.
And, I kind of work in this house, so to speak. He says this with air quotes. And he goes, so I'll lead you guys over to the den. So I'll make you guys some tea, and you guys can get in there and talk. I've got to talk to my people anyway after that. So he leads everybody in. Kevin, you go straight to where Mike would be at this hour. It's been years since you've seen him, but Mike is a very scheduled person. You know exactly where he is most of the time, unless he has beans for lunch or something. I don't know, just throwing that out there. I didn't even know where he is. But the rest of you get led into the den where Dante is able to make some tea for everybody, gets what everyone wants, brings them over, and then he just kind of gesturally says goodbye because Jaeger, he needs to go talk to his people. Mike gets pulled in by Kevin, so we've got the teachers, Mike, and the three of you in the den. Inside here is a nice place. You see a few books to give the scene in your head. It's a large room. It's got a few bookshelves on the side. There's a nice little fireplace that's not lit, but you do have all the lamps turned on all the small tables that are near the seats. And there's enough seats for everybody, although Shang continues to stand over in the corner, just going to try to listen. Vanna is over with Shang, but she's sitting down. She pulled a chair over near where he is, and the two of them are kind of just chatting up a little bit as the three of you are grouped together. Everybody's within earshot of each other, so if anyone wanted to talk, they could. And Mike sits close to you, Kevin, because he misses his boy. And you are all sipping tea. There's a nice rug underneath you guys. It's not any kind of bear rug or any type of fur, anything like that. It looks kind of like a groovy rug, honestly.
Like a furry rug?
Very furry, though not made out of animal skin. Just a very furry rug. You've got a small clock ticking, or not a small clock. You have a large clock ticking on the wall as the blinds facing where the spirit portal has been shut, since it's basically nighttime at this point, to only allow for the lights from the lamps in this room.
So, who wants to start?
I would. Pretty much, Roden and the General have agreed to set up a meeting with the council so we can plead our case. Roden agreed, still expressing concerns about the school, but we convinced him that, hey, it's good for the people and good for the city. The General, let's just say, she's very interesting. And I do mean very interesting.
How so?
Dad, do you know they developed technology to mimic bending styles, such as air and fire?
Jesus, I was not ready to do Mike's voice. Why'd you do this to me? Okay.
Santa.
Whoa. Okay. No, that is news to me. Saylee doesn't really tell us what she's doing up in her bases.
Besides training pretty much an army of chi blockers and pretty much building suits that can mimic air and fire?
That certainly is news to me. I know she runs the military, so I'm not that surprised that she has an army being built, though, of chi blockers and the items that she has being created. That is surprising.
So there's no accountability or checks and balances amongst the council members in their respective roles.
That's even know this.
I'm not a part of the military side of the council. Why would I know these things? That's like asking her if she knows how business is going in the city. That is irrelevant to her.
Not really, Your Honor, Your Excellence, council member. How do you prefer to be called?
Just Mike. Mike is good.
Councilmember, with all due respect, it seems relevant that every council member should understand what each member is responsible for.
Well, that would be the case if we were each other's bosses, and we're not. We run these departments because we are the ones in charge of said departments. I am not above Saylee, just like she isn't above me.
So who provides funding for the military?
That's through taxes.
And who asks for taxes?
Well, that's just the way the city runs. You're from the White Lotus, correct? Or you're from the Southern Air Temple, right?
I am, Councilmember.
Do they have any form of currency there, or taxes, anything like that?
No, as a matter of fact, when it comes to this aspect of money, it's new to me. And your son has been a real helpful ally in that aspect. However, I am certain that each member in our elders know what each position is supposed to do.
Well, I mean, let me ask you in a way that may help help you understand the way the society runs here. You've got your two teachers over there. You're an airbender, and neither of those two are. Do they know where your teacher is?
I'm not even certain the spirits know where my teacher is, Your Excellence.
Well, it works the same way. You know, they don't have an obligation to know where she is, just like I don't have an obligation to hear what every other council members are doing. We trust each other to do what's best. It's in the same light.
And what happens if one of those council members betrays the trust of the others?
The same thing that would happen if one of the teachers betrays one of yours. I suppose.
The only difference is, council member, you're governing a city where
And-
lives are at stake.
Well, yes, this is true, but a society that is trying to be worldwide, don't you think that governs people as well in the same light?
And believe me, council member, I plan to know what the function of my team is and each member's responsibilities are. And I plan on telling them what I think my responsibilities are. But at the end of the day, when it comes to a cohesive unit, I need to know I can trust my team.
Do you?
I look at Kevin. I look at Jaeger. I linger on Jaeger. With my life, council member.
And that's how I feel with the council. I'm sorry, son. I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't understand why you find this different from how you live your society.
Because we don't use taxpayers' monies that we represent to form militaries.
Isn't that what the White Lotus is, though? And he looks over to Kevin.
We're more of a school, and we can be a school, but we also can be. Our design is more protecting the avatar and teaching the avatars the elements.
Right.
And eventually assisting the avatar should the avatar need us.
But that requires funding. Where do you think the funding comes from? It doesn't fall from the trees.
I look at Kevin. Actually, that is a good point. Where do we get our funding?
Kevin look at Vaughn and like, yeah. Kevin don't even know where y'all get the money from. Because the White Lotus, we do make some products in-house and do sell some products to other nations. And other nations do fund the White Lotus to a degree.
Okay, well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. If we want to get into the nitty-gritty of the functionality of the White Lotus, we can do that, but I feel like we have more pressing matters. For instance,
Montage!
there's supposed to be 4 of you, and I only see 3.
Taro's missing.
Why have we not talked about this yet?
Yang is actually about to say when Mike was talking about the finances of the White Lotus, I would look at Jaeger and be like, it just dawned on me, where's Taro? She would know.
And what happened to the guy that came with you? Why the guy came with you instead of Taro?
Jaeger kind of looks down and like a disappointment, kind of brooding look.
Okay.
And I look up and I say, guys, I think we might have lost Taro.
I think we're gonna need something stronger than tea.
You see your father nods and he gets up to go grab something.
He goes, I have just the thing for you guys.
Yang is whispering under his breath, please be Cabbage Pop, please be Cabbage Pop, please be Cabbage Pop.
Get yourself a little Kevin in stores today.
Little Kevin in stores now.
Directed by Eli Roth.
Could cause hair loss.
Could cause hair loss. There's a low chance of death.
Oh my god.
Contains small material not suited for children.
Yeah.
What?
You just say yet?
Maybe.
Oh, jeez.
We ain't well. We ain't well at all. Well, I know I ain't well.
So Jaeger is just waiting for whatever bottle of the strong stuff to come along.
Yang's just minding
He
his
continues on with
business.
explaining. Yeah, I'm just minding my business. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yang.
Mike comes back and he has a bottle of Jägermeister with him, and he goes, "I think this is exactly what you guys are looking for."
Oh, look at that. It even has my name on it.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, look at that.
And I snatch the bottle and I say, thanks, Pops. And I take a fat swig.
Oh, you're welcome.
Whoa,
boy.
is it that
Welcome, my
bad?
son. I'm sorry, Jaeger. I'm gonna have to do this. Roll me a Constitution save.
Absolutely.
I think he needs.
Are
this
you
anyway.
kidding me?
Next
What'd you
one.
get?
I love this dice now. I got another natural 20.
You hold it down strong. You don't even feel dizzy at all.
Hey, Jaeger,
Because
can I
Jaeger
try
has
some?
enough. Because Jaeger has enough depression to hold it back.
Yeah, right
Jaeger-
now for sure.
Jaeger hands the bottle to Yang.
I take a really, really strong sip.
Really strong sip.
Yes,
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sip is this sip?
like 2 shots.
Okay, that would warrant a Constitution save. Why not?
Okay. And mind you, this is the first time Yang is even drinking.
I know. So roll it at disadvantage. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay, so that was a 4,
Oh my god. Okay.
and
What
that
was
was
the
a
other
1.
Oh no.
You are level 3 drunk, if I remember that correctly, because your Constitution is so bad. You get
I
disadvantage
have
on
no
all.
con.
I know. You get disadvantage on all ability checks. At level 3, I think you get disadvantage on attack rolls, but we're not attacking. You also get... What was it? Temporary hit die. So roll 1d6 and you get that much in temporary health, which we don't need to do because we're not fighting, but who knows what's going to happen tonight now that we got Yangy Boy drinking.
That's true.
And just for extra measure, I say, oh, snapples, this is good. Take one more shot.
Are you trying to get more drunk?
I rolled a 3 on the d6.
Okay,
Well,
I'll take that
okay.
from you.
But yes, I had that one extra shot after that, the 2 first ones that got me hammered.
Yeah, you are immediately drunk.
Yang, I'm gonna take the bottle.
Oh, and you
Thank you,
also
too.
at that level, I'll retcon the disadvantage on attacks. It is instead you cannot dash or move than 10 feet in the same direction. So if you stand and start walking, you move in zigzags
Okay. Damn it.
and have disadvantage on saving throws.
Jaeger, why are you such an instigator?
Because you love it. You love
'Cause I
being
love
one.
it.
Don't even play.
It's true. You're right.
Do play. That's what we're here for.
right.
Kevin,
You're right.
Yeah. Why did you take this away from me?
Yeah, you don't drink often.
You took Happy Jaeger, Happy Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that says it on the back of the bottle. How did he know?
What?
Yang,
Anyway.
yeah, I'm taking the bottle. We got more concerns, more pressing concerns. I kind of look at Vaughn and was like, Help him, please.
I lean into Jaeger, but loudly whisper, "You know, Mike and Kevin are actually kind of hot."
I'm looking at that and like, yeah, no, he ain't drinking no more.
Mike just looks at Yang with a stunned expression, and then looks at himself in the mirror and like, kind of like adjusts his suit a little bit. It's been a while since I've been called hot.
Kevin's just like trying not to turn red.
So Jaeger, you're seeing your two allies having this joyful moment. How are you feeling? Because I forgot to ask you that when we switched over to your group.
Jaeger in this moment is a little. How am I gonna put this in a very nice but accurate way? Like, Jaeger is very, very. God, I need a thesaurus. Hang on. I need a thesaurus.
Agitated.
He's a little cast down right now. That's what I'm gonna use. He's pretty cast down right now.
Almost like he almost has the sense of defeat right now.
Yes. Kind of on the verge of being miserable. And so Jaeger's just kind of bring the attention back to the missing teammate a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And say, guys, when we were infiltrating the Bender group, the name I keep forgetting because Jaeger is bad with names. It turns out that the leader is Taro's sister, and she has been made essentially an advisor for the group. And when I left, she decided to stay there.
Wait, what?
And they're planning on kidnapping the president. So I'm not sure if that's going to impact anything you guys did.
Kevin's mouth just dropped.
But we have a lot to consider.
Yang is just staring at Jaeger like he's speaking words.
Listen, I torqued to save my mentor's life and Taro's life. And this is what happens?
What the?
How do you twerk?
The president is getting kidnapped.
They're planning on it, yes.
When is the kidnapping?
That's what I am unsure of.
Why do they want to kidnap a pumpkin?
Was Jaeger ever told that it was going to be like a public thing, or was anything implied that it was going to be a public thing from the firebenders around him?
No. And the firebenders, if you remember, as you recall at least, you remember the firebender that you were talking to was specifically saying that he's doing something separate from the police kidnapping in the first place.
Oh, okay. So it's not related to that.
Right. Yes. It's not.
Okay. So I don't know when, and I don't know how, but that's their plan, and they think that's going to give them leverage in this city. They want to have a voice, which I can get behind, but kidnapping a president I feel is way too far.
I look at Mike. Huh. Benders who want a voice?
He looks at you with this saddened confusion, and he goes, "What did I do?"
This isn't Mike's fault, Yang. And then I turn over to Dante.
Dante left with the police.
Oh, did he really? Oh.
Well, he at the very least isn't in the room with you guys. You know, he went off after giving you guys tea.
And then I go on to say, however, Dante was in Mike's employ, and I saw him there, and he's apparently undercover.
So the police do know.
The police know now, since I told Dante what I learned. Or no, Dante was there when Taro told us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But you told her more. You told Dante more about. Oh, this is this Gia. This the leader is Taro's sister and things like that.
Yang is going to try to sneak the bottle back and take a chug, and then say, "It's simple. We do nothing."
Jaeger swipes the bottle back.
The bottle's in my hand.
Oh. I thought Yang was going to take it.
Yeah, I did. I swiped it, or I'm trying to swipe it.
You want to roll for it?
We need a bottle check roll here.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your sleight of hand, guys. And Yang, remember, with this being a check, you roll at disadvantage because you're drunk.
But I'm also deeply, deeply encouraged to get the bottle. No, I'm joking. Disadvantage.
Right
You give yourself inspiration.
I give myself inspiration. No, I'm joking. That was a beautiful 16 that I have to re-roll. That was a 15.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then the strength you said?
No, sleight of hand. Dexterity.
Oh, sleight of hand. 19 total.
Okay. I got
What do I need to roll, DM?
Sleight of hand.
I got a 15 plus 7.
Natural
Jesus.
20.
Plus?
3, so 23.
Jeez, even with a natural 20, Jaeger still beats all of you.
But wouldn't a natural 20 be a crit?
Yeah, that's true.
No, with skill checks, crits don't always mean success.
Okay.
Like, as an example, you can set the DC to DC 30, which is nearly impossible. A nat 20 still doesn't guarantee that you win that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So Yang then does, since he can't get the bottle, realizes he can't get the bottle. We do nothing. It's simple.
And Jaeger, you have the bottle in your hand.
I take a swig and I say no.
Are you trying to get drunk too?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to cope with everything happening right now.
Do you take enough of a swig to warrant another constitution check?
I'd say it's like a quick swig, like a cowboy in a bar kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I'll say you do one more swig, that's going to require a constitution check.
Fair enough. I'll accept that. I mean, I have no choice, but I accept that.
I accept these terms.
Yang reaches his hand out, though, still, expectingly.
Listen, Yang, if you get yourself a glass, I will happily pour you one, but you will not have this bottle again tonight. And so then Jaeger kind of jumps back and he says, so, teammates, listen. The police and us have a common threat going on right now. So I feel it's in our best interest if we can work together, show that we can function, prevent this kidnapping, get a school here, try to get Taro back, and go home.
Mind you, Yang is drunk.
Yang is drunk.
So, yep. Everything he says is not filtered.
Oh dear.
Yang looks at you and says, well, half lid. What about Taro?
Jaeger is confuzzled, but then realizes that being drunk is a thing. And I say, Uwu, we're gonna get Taro back, Uwu.
Don't do this.
But Taro isn't here. Taro is there. You said so.
Jaeger gets like a shocked expression on his face and looks around. Oh my god, Yang, you're right. Taro isn't here.
I don't think we're supposed to know about the kidnapping, Jaeger.
We're
don't
not.
think.
We're not.
So,
Trust me,
So-
we're not.
Don't you think you're stupid if we show up and there's people? They know?
You know, yes, I guess. I never thought about it that way.
We're not supposed to know. The cops aren't supposed to know. And yet, the cops now know. We know. And it's because you told us.
That's
How'd
right.
you tell us? How'd you know?
With my brain and my mouth.
And also, the cops had an insider as well.
Yes.
So, what will happen to Insider if cops are there and White Lotus is there?
We're
And
gonna
it's at
work-
that point he lows his head on the table.
Listen, we're going to be 3 Zordabots, and we're going to come together to become a super robot.
Quick question. Due to the fact Yang is technically poisoned, would a lesser restoration work on him?
Technically.
I'm looking at my dad like, can I just heal him for a few minutes?
Please do. This is kind of important.
Yeah.
Mike just kind of looks at you and he goes, "Son, I'm a part of the council. It's one thing if you do it without me here. It's another if you've been in front of me."
I'm going to take him to another room because we need him a bit more sober.
And I just need to know, before you go, my boy, did you get permission from any other council members for a meeting?
Yes, the general and Roden.
Excellent. I'll give them a call right away and schedule a date to have this meet.
I would recommend making the date very close, Pops. This kidnapping could go down at any time.
Did she give you a certain date by chance?
Of the kidnapping?
Yes.
I didn't receive a date, to my knowledge.
Wait,
This is troubling news.
Dad?
Yes.
What's the president's schedule for the upcoming week?
This upcoming week, he does have a citywide conference or speech to give in front of the cameramen and news reports about the state of the city. It's in a couple of days.
That's when they're going to do it. Jaeger is certain.
Can you tell us anything? Can you tell us who's going to do the kidnapping? What people they're going to be using?
It's going to be a group of earthbenders, but the firebenders are also planning something that I am unaware of as of right now.
Oh, God, this is going to be a hot mess.
They invited me to a meeting that they were going to have at the bar where Shang won at pool, or didn't win at pool, and we were going to discuss the plan there. But I wanted to tell you guys what happened first.
Okay. All right, so we know in a couple. And Yang is passed out.
Mike gets up and he goes, "Well, Kevin, you do what you need to do. I'm going to go make the calls right now. Hopefully the rest of the council is still awake so we can get this scheduled ASAP."
If the general hears one word about, there's an attack going on in the city robbing the president, that lady's already fired up for a battle. She'll probably declare war on the Fire Nation.
That's what I'm afraid of when it comes to her.
And
And he walks out of the room.
powder keg. Okay. Okay, Yang, we need you fully conscious. Hopefully you don't give you a nasty hangover. And I'm using lesser restoration on Yang.
Okay. And that shouldn't require any kind of rolls.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I can cure one of these conditions or disease, such as blindness, deafen, paralyzed, or poison.
Okay.
And so, yeah, Yang, you're not feeling drunk anymore. And depending on, I'll just leave it up to you as a role player if you want to feel hangover. So you're not drunk, but you could be hangover if you want to be.
As soon as Kevin moves his hands, Yang lets out a groan. Oh, my head.
Yeah, I can't fix headaches, but I could fix the this.
Kevin?
Yeah? You need a bucket?
Shh.
Sorry.
And Shang walks up, puts his hand on your shoulder, Jaeger, but doesn't look at you. And he just goes, "From what I'm gathering, it doesn't feel like this room is taking what's going on seriously. We have a president kidnapping who is a family member of yours," and he looks over at you, Yang. "We have an attack of some other kind led by firebenders of the same revolt group.
Mm-hmm.
And we have this council meeting that should be scheduled as soon as possible. The earliest that I can reasonably assume they would allow would be most likely the same day of this speech."
Yang is eyes closed, 2 fingers on his forehead. The problem is, if we do anything regarding the president, we risk exposing Taro. I don't honestly believe we were supposed to find this information out.
That
And
also doesn't mean that we do nothing about it.
Right, and even if we, the White Lotus, don't know, the police definitely do.
well, if that is the case and we have no choice but to act on that information, then my suggestion would be not to have the police involved and persuade the police to allow the White Lotus to act on this information. My fear is if the police are around when the president is being kidnapped, they're going to see that as somebody leaked that information, and since Taro is the newbie, it makes perfect sense that she would be blamed.
I find it very much in the realm of reasoning that police would already be there for a public presidential speech as it is. If anything, the police being aware of this would just have them with more security. Police being there is not going to be a strange occurrence in this situation. Also bear in mind, all of you, we are White Lotus, but we are also in Republic Nation. We don't hold a form of power in this nation.
That is true.
That's why we need this meeting to happen. If we can agree to collaborate on this one thing, it can prove that we belong here.
And we need to start collaborating. This is not being taken seriously, and I am starting to lose my patience.
Okay. At least we come to agreements. So we know the president's having his speech. We know he could be attacked at least by 2 groups, earthbenders and firebenders.
We don't know what the firebenders are planning. It is reasonable to assume that it would involve something in the same nature, but I doubt it. The firebenders weren't informed at all about this.
Then it looks like you need to go undercover.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go undercover again.
And these firebenders know about you, that guy, and know about the 3 of you. You 3 just came back from that meeting, and you go now. Would they suspect y'all doing anything else?
They were suspecting Shang while we were there, but if I go by myself, I can I will be able to infiltrate and figure out what they're up to.
What if we all went?
I don't
And
think
look for resistance to back you up.
bringing in waterbender and an airbender to a firebender meeting, I don't think is going to fly with them.
No, we go in as White Lotus.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Shang just looks at you and goes, "Are you still drunk?"
No, actually, I'm being serious, Master. We go in, we try to persuade them that we want to help them and to give us a chance.
This is not that situation. Some situations cannot be handled with a diplomatic approach.
In this case, unfortunately, you'll have to go by yourself. But at least we'll be in the area if things pop off. You'll at least have some backup.
Yeah, if Jaeger is like planning in his mind, he's thinking like we could just use Iroh as an escape route.
Mhm.
So Jaeger's just gonna say, if you guys just want to be on standby with Iroh, I'd be cool with that. But you guys will have to keep your distance if this infiltration is going to work.
If we keep our distance, we wouldn't be able to take Iroh.
And that's another thing too. If you guys want to go to the meeting to represent the White Lotus with the council members, tell them of the plot and whatnot. And if that conflicts with the same time, I don't know. I guess if the Firebenders meeting comes first, we'll do that. But if the meeting with the council members comes first, then you guys can go and I can still infiltrate.
Vana speaks up, walks into the group. She's been standing there listening for a while, but she finally decides to speak, and she goes, well, out of curiosity, Jaeger, I've got two things. One, did they tell you when they're going to meet up and where?
They're meeting at the bar. Frog, can you remind me when it was? It was the following day, the following night, wasn't it?
Right, so it's tomorrow night.
Right. Yeah. So it's tomorrow night.
Okay. So that means that the following morning's going to be the president's speech.
That's right.
And also, we've got 4 White Lotus members here, including Yang, and she looks at you. I'm sorry, sweetie, you did give up your Lotus, so I can't technically call you the 5th member right now. I hope you understand. It's nothing against you, it's just policy. So we've got the 4 of you and Yang. If we need to split, it could be possible, just dangerous.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think the Firebenders will trust Shang, but they'll trust me for sure.
You've already got a foot in the door with them, so I agree with that.
At Vana's reminder, I take the White Lotus sash and tie it around my throat again. And then I look at everyone and say, whatever we decide, we can't use Iroh.
Well, can I ask why?
There's too many restrictions in Republic City regarding airbenders and sky bison. While yes, there are proved paths and routes a sky bison can take, I don't know enough of the city to confidently fly us safely through those restricted areas.
Not to mention, we're talking about a city that could hide them easily. A sky bison under heavy fire could damage the city.
You're right.
On top of that, if we follow the laws of Republic City, we're not allowed to bend in any way, shape, or form. So, with that being said, how do you propose to help the city?
With the meeting tomorrow, or whenever that meeting happens. I hope it happens before the kidnapping.
And as you say that, Mike opens the door, comes in, and he goes, "Good news, everybody! I was able to get a hold of the council. They say that they are welcome to meet you guys in 2 days."
No.
Lovely.
No, Pops, listen.
Yeah.
Pops, look at me. Look at me, Pops.
Yes.
The president is going to get kidnapped in 2 days.
Yes, I'm aware. There's just they need time to prepare notes. Is all. It's out of my hands in terms of getting it done any sooner. I'm sorry.
Did you even inform them that the president was going to be kidnapped?
With Dante telling the police, it was the best thing. I don't want to worry Saley. It's a concern of mine that she will go above and beyond proportion and go overreact to a situation like that.
Yang starts laughing and reaches for the Jaeger bottle.
No.
Oh,
No.
Kevin pick up that bottle like, no. You had enough.
So I turn to Mike and I say, "So is it true that Dante was working for you?"
Yes, he actually used to work with me in the factory.
So you have some leverage over, like you have a voice in the police department.
In the police, but not in the military.
Right.
I'm worried that Saley would start bringing in military, and if you guys were concerned about extra police being suspicious, I personally feel the military would be even more suspicious. Exactly.
Well, could you at least like try to get us an exception just on that one day, when we think the president's going to get kidnapped? If he doesn't get kidnapped, then whatever, we move on. We continue doing our thing. But if he does, wouldn't you guys need all the help you can get? This is a very angry group. They're very desperate.
Father.
Can you explain why they're desperate, Jaeger?
Father, quick question.
Yes.
The police, those are the ones who are allowed to be in it, I'm assuming, right?
Police and military, yeah.
Okay, so the police most definitely will have benders on there. I'm assuming more like the metal bender group will have metal benders, right?
Yes.
So it will be bender on bender combat. And due to the fact they are metal benders, they're going to... Do we know what type of earth benders is going to be there, Jaeger?
They got earthbenders. I'm not sure if they're armed in any other way. I don't know if they have lava benders or specialist metal benders. I just know there's quite a few of them.
Exactly. Do you know exactly how many?
No. It was a packed arena, though, I'll tell you that.
It's numbers beyond countability.
Okay.
I'd assume several hundred, if not 1,000.
Perhaps... I'm doing two voices at once, Jesus. Perhaps it... And we may not have even seen all of the members of the revolt group there tonight.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I'm looking at Yang. Your family, the president is related to you, right?
I don't honestly know.
Yes, you do.
Everybody's... Oh, I do? Okay, then yes.
Yeah, President Rohan.
And he is an airbender, then.
That is correct, but I already asked if there was any way I could potentially speak with him. And from what I understand, he's a very busy individual, even for families, so... I don't know.
But he has to be our master airbender. So trapping him is to be it's gonna be difficult.
I look at Mike. Councilmember, may I make a request, please?
He looks a little confused, slightly hurt by all the words that you've been saying to him tonight, but he just nods.
Can you contact the president directly?
I can definitely try, yes.
By chance tonight?
Yes, of course.
Do you
And he
think
looks at the rest of you guys to see if any of you need to say anything to him before he leaves the room.
Do you think you could ask him if he would be willing to come here and speak with us? Ask him if... Tell him his nephew would like to speak with him.
I will ask, yes.
And also try to imply that it's a matter of his personal safety, too.
Of course.
I also wish to apologize for my outburst, Councilmember.
Maybe we need to, or we could set a. Once we get kept here, maybe we could set a trap of our own.
And with that, Mike leaves the room.
Why don't we set up our own trap? Put it like a stand-in, a dump.
What do you have in mind?
Maybe we could get somebody who can stand in for the president. And when the police protect this stand-in, protect the president, put in air quotes. Most likely in the future, somebody is going to make a grab for him, takes him, and we can possibly can track their location. Because you're going to have a hostage. But the thing is, what can we really do with a hostage?
How do you suppose we do that, sweetie? This is, from what I've been hearing, this speech is on national television. People know what the president looks like.
That's true. Oh.
Not me.
Well, you're also not from the city.
Kind of look at Yang very closely. How closely then does the president look to Yang?
Well, not that close. He just looks way too young to pretend to be the president.
Yeah, the president's probably in his 40s.
Yeah, give or take.
Plus, I get a lot of my features from my dad.
Gotcha.
From the sounds of things, we have got the presidential attack. We've got this Fire Nation revolting. And we have a council meeting.
We have a lot on our plate right now.
We have a lot on our plate, but we also have one day of preparation tomorrow.
Right.
And just think, all we wanted to do was mind our own business.
It seems minding our own business is not what's in the vocabulary of this group.
Jaeger's jaw drops.
Yeah, that's true.
Yang is just flat out laughing at this point.
Shang does not laugh. He says this very seriously.
Oh no. That was Jake laughing, not Jaeger, I promise.
He gives you the stink eye.
Jaeger wants to... He looks at Shang and he says, how plausible do you think it would be to get backup from the school?
At this short frame?
Just in case, yeah.
I think that would be very likely. We just need to get in touch with Torque.
And Vanna speaks up and goes, well, it kind of just depends, though, really, because of the distance and, how long it's going to take for them to get here.
We could always just contact Master Go.
I think Torque will want to hear about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. He does have a fondness for his student, for her to have left would definitely raise an alarm on his end.
So, do you want to call him, or do you want me to?
I do not like speaking with that man.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I never asked why either, and I don't think I will.
Good.
Yang will.
Shang leaves the room.
All right.
I just generally want to know if it's the same reason I dislike the guy.
Guys, Torque isn't a bad guy.
Ivana looks down a little bit and goes, so you're going to talk to him, I guess, or I can do it.
I think I want to talk to Torque.
Okay.
He was
All right.
with me when it happened, and I feel like it would only be respectful if I give him the news.
I guess you're right. That's true.
So, if you guys can just teach me how that voice box machine works.
I would gladly teach you.
If you guys need me, I will be out in the courtyard meditating.
Okay. And definitely, I'm making sure that nice, lovely, happy juice we call a bottle, is far away from Yang as possible.
It's still in Jaeger's hand, for sure.
I was gonna
doubt he would have let go of it.
I was gonna try to make a grab for it on my way out.
Yeah, Jaeger needs that for the phone call.
I'll roll for it.
Jaeger needs Jaeger for the phone call.
Anyway, I'm outside meditating.
Okay. Cut over to you, Rina.
Howdy.
Hi, Rina.
Hello.
So you have just spoken with a few of the guys in the revolt group, realizing that there's a few of them that's not too ecstatic about the lady being the boss. You just got this information, and you're heading. Well, tell me what are you doing? Because I think we left it where you're heading back to hang out with the lady.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go back to where we first talked, like in her little office area. I'm bringing a drink for her.
Okay. Okay, you do that. Obviously, with everybody knowing who you are now, they're just supposed to accept that you're now the second in command, essentially, and let you pass through the walls with no issue. You go into Gaia's room, and she's just sitting there looking at the fireplace, kind of just, you see like she's lost in thought. You've done this in your own spare time when you're in your room by yourself before as well. So this is an all too familiar look of just like mentally recouping, essentially, and trying to put pieces together. So she almost doesn't even recognize you're coming in the room. It seems like she's feeling fairly comfortable that you're even with her in the first place, and she finally looks over, sees you, and kind of snaps herself out and goes, "Oh, Rina."
Knock knock.
Knock knock. Is that something that you say now?
Yeah. Like, knock knock. I'm here now. I got you a drink. Don't know if you drink. Do you drink now? Are you of age yet?
Well, technically no, but sure, I'll take it anyway.
It's fine. I'm not telling anyone.
Yeah, I mean, who would you tell, right? Our parents?
Yeah, the police?
Oh man, they're stupid. And she reaches
really
over
are.
for the drink.
I give it to her.
So, what'd you think of the men?
They're, a lot different than the people I've been recently associating myself with, but it's kind of a nice change of pace.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we try to keep a positive energy in here, despite all the things that we need to do.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it positive energy, but there's certainly some of that, yeah?
What do you mean? She says that as she's taking a drink.
Well, I'm gonna go sit next to her on whatever she's sitting on, a bed, a couch, a table, whatever.
She's sitting on the stone pillar or the stone chair that she's made out of lava, and she has the one next to her that you were sitting in previously. It's still there.
Cool. I sit there. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to the men, the people that I'm now, like, above. And I don't know, I feel like there's some people that aren't 100% behind you.
I was afraid of that. I don't know what it is. I guess some men just don't like taking orders from women, I guess. I don't know. They're as stupid as the police sometimes.
Well, I think some of them would like to, especially a lot of the firebenders, want to maybe also be in, private meetings about the president thing, I know it's a secret inner circle thing, but I don't know. I mean, people might be a little off-put if there's not, at least one firebender.
Do they... I mean, you understand, it's for their safety. We can't give the wrong impression that the Fire Nation is trying to plan attacks. We bring them in with the group. I haven't met these councilmen that's working under the Republic City name, but I hear one of them is a nutcase. To imagine them thinking that the Fire Nation's trying to attack them and then the Earth Nation might be helping too, it's best to just leave them out of this. It's for their protection.
Well, I'm not sure they see it that way.
Whether or not they do, that's the choice that I'm making. That's the decision.
I support that.
I'm not turning back on that, but I'm also not turning back on them.
Well, maybe there's another way to go about making them feel more included in things that doesn't involve that.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Is there anything that you have in mind?
Well, we did have Earthbender night. How about Firebender night?
Yeah, I was planning to do that sometime next week. Sometimes we do it.
I think that would be fun.
I suppose so. An early start to Firebender week.
Firebender week. There you go.
Look at that. And she raises her drink to you.
I cheers her. What's on your mind?
Well, and she looks back into the fire again. She just goes, seeing you's bringing back some memories, I guess. It's making me wonder, if Dad were here, what would he be doing? How would he be doing what I'm doing,
Yeah.
Not trying to compare myself, but,
personally, I wouldn't want to compare myself to.
Oh, God.
He did,
yeah,
no.
He is not worth comparing to, but you and I both know he knew what he was doing. Just
always.
Just wasn't good at anything else.
Yeah.
And also,
with you telling me that you're a part of the Lotus and all this, that's... doesn't bother me. I don't care. You know, you make do with what you can, of course. I look at what I've done. But I can't help but think any information that you've picked up from them and vice versa. I'm trying to just factor in how those kinds of things could play into this.
I mean, we don't really know much about Republic City. We literally just got here and were promptly, attacked by this. I'm not blaming you. You don't know anything.
Well, no, the thing is I do know. That's the problem. I didn't know that you were with them. I wouldn't have even called the attack if I knew you were a part of it. But like I told you before, it's just business. It had nothing to do with any... Okay.
We all know how business.
Yeah. I'm gonna let the councilman know that the attack was over and done with. You guys have done your part. If you want me to. You're with me now, so I don't know how you still feel about them, about your old friends. But I could send the word out to the hit guy and let him know it's off. They're good. Whatever you want me to do.
Wait, okay, hold on. DM question.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know, the councilman that she hired was the councilman that me and Jaeger spied on earlier?
You do not.
Okay, so I just think it's, another councilman.
You didn't know it was a councilman.
Oh, right. Oh, no. Okay. Wait, does anyone know? No. I'm sure the other team does. Okay. Okay. Well, I certainly don't want, old friends to die. That's certainly not anything I would wish on anyone. I mean, I'm not dead,
Right. Yeah, of course. Okay. Alright, yeah. I'll send out I'll give the word. Tell him that deal's over. They've made their peace, and everything should be good for them.
Perfect. Thank you, Eva.
Of course. And as this conversation is going, Shin, you've made your way to the Bender hideout. You know exactly where it is. You've been there 100 times over. You easily make your way through the doors. The guy that's guarding the entrance knows you by name, and they also know the position you hold. You walk in to the Bender hideout. It's this large room that's underground. There's a big pit inside here that is just like the Bender arena, the makeshift arena that has been made by the lady and other earthbenders within the revolt group. You see a couple of benders already down there fighting. Tonight is earthbender night. The week is earthbender week. But you're feeling a sense of energy that is unusual for this area. For the revolt group, you kind of feel like there's a bit of a divide, which is unusual. The firebenders are kind of sticking to themselves a little bit more. Over at the bar area, you see a few earthbenders are talking to themselves a little bit more, and there's a bunch of people in here. It's loud. As loud as a frat party. But just there's a vibe in here that's a little bit different, and one of your guys, definitely not in your position or at the level of position that you are within the revolt group, but definitely not a lackey. He's kind of like I don't want to say your right-hand man, but he's your right-hand's right-hand man. And he comes up to you and he goes, "Oh, Shin! I was wondering when you'd show up."
Oh, hey, man. What's his name?
This guy's name is...
Ty. T-A-I.
Hey, Ty. No, I had to take care of some stuff.
You always do, man.
What's going on?
Well, and he scratches his big belly before he's like, well, you know, we had someone come in here tonight, new lady, and this her friend, a couple of her friends came in, and she was an earthbender, went down, took out Big Jack, and you know Big Jack's like, he's stupid, but he's strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a big boy that they usually have in the Bender arena because he just likes to fight, and he's entertaining to watch because he is stupid, sort of thing. And he continues and goes, yeah, she took out Big Jack pretty easy. Next thing we know, the lady calls her into the back, and 10 minutes goes by, they come out, and lady says, oh, she's your new boss now, too. So, there's that.
Wait. So you're saying this group just walked in?
Yeah?
Earthbender took out Big Jack.
Yeah, you got me so far.
And she's y'all's boss now.
She's the leader now, like, co-leader. It's crazy. And then her firebender friend...
Shin's gonna stop and be like, wait, she's my boss now.
Yeah, she's everybody's boss now. And then her firebender friend was over there talking to all the other firebenders, so now they're looking at us funny, we're looking at them funny, and he had this speech about something, like, I didn't really care about it. The firebender seemed a little fired up about it, you know what I mean? And
what
her friends leave, she's here, and yeah, everything's a little weird tonight, man.
He's gonna be like putting a finger up, be like, you know, I'll be right back. And
yeah.
He's gonna make his way over to the ladies' room.
All right, yeah, and you know
Sounds really bad me saying that.
You make your way over to the ladies' room, and there's the big burly
Everyone
guy.
screams. Big Jack yells, ah!
Big Jack, what are you doing?
This is my hiding place.
Big Jack.
I'm Big Jack. I'm big and I'm Jack. He's looking at himself in the mirror. Tear comes down. You head over.
I broke a man.
You broke him so bad. You go over to the door the wall that you know leads to the room of Gaia. Most of the men know her as the lady. You know her as Gaia, at least. That's guarded by a big earthbender guy. They know you. You very easily pass through all of the precautions to get to Gaia's room, which is just this stone wall that gets earthbended down that leads into a stairway that you walk through and up and around to where you know the left side of you would be where the balcony is that the lady sits and watches the Bender Arena and the rest of the Bender Revolt group, and then the other side is her usual room, which you then knock on the earth, and inside the room, Rina, you hear a knock at as the door, basically.
Rather loud.
You hear a very loud thudding on the wall where the entrance is to get into Gaia's room, and you see she was enjoying her conversation with you, Rina, but the second the knock comes up, she kind of raises one of her fingers up, and and you know this because you kind of paid attention to it a little bit. You see some lava come out from behind the fire pit as one of the lava rings that kind of sits idly within the fire, so you don't see it. You can't see it. It's kind of hiding in the flames. And she just kind of says, okay, I wasn't expecting a knock. Rina, keep an eye on
I pull out my gun.
Oh.
The one.
Hey, I have one of these
It's
now.
a hit.
I like it. I don't know how to use one, so if you could train me sometime, that'd be great.
I was gonna ask if you could train me, but
We'll
It's fine.
find a guy. We'll find a
Okay.
guy for you.
okay.
But be careful. And she raises her hand and drops it. As she does, Shin, the door opens for you and you can walk into the ladies' room.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Guy, what are these guys?" And I'm
Shin.
gonna stop because I see. Okay.
Yeah, come in. You walk in and she earthbends the door back up, so the three of you are just in this room by yourselves. And Rina, you see her kind of rest her hand that was holding the lava disc that was in the fire, and it drops, showing that she trusts Shin. And she goes, Shin, I'm not gonna lie, I just thought you weren't gonna show up tonight.
So I shouldn't shoot this guy?
Shin's still
No,
looking at the
definitely
gun
not.
like,
Okay.
Oh, Shin, this is not the first time a gun's been pointed at you. Calm down.
Yeah, he knows. But it's the first time he's gone into here and a gun's been pointed at him.
That's fair. But yeah, where were you tonight? I was expecting you much earlier, if at all.
I had some things I had to take care of.
Oh, okay.
But, is this the one the guys are out there all talking about? And he's gonna, like, kinda say it, like, sarcastically, like, the new boss? What is this?
Well, this is your new boss.
Hi.
Just out of nowhere.
Yes.
Oh. He's has that look on his face like, okay then.
Is that a problem?
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Rina.
Hi, I'm Shin. What?
Rina, Shin is my second in command in terms of the muscle. He's definitely the strongest of the earthbenders that we have out there and has been with me for as long as the revolt group's been around. Shin, this is Rina. She is an old friend and a welcome addition to our gang.
I finger gun him.
He's gonna squint and be like, "And if you say so."
I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You guys want some pizza?
She looks over at you, Rina, and goes, Shin makes the best pizzas. He likes using lava bending to create it. He's the only other lava bender we have in our group. Yeah.
Oh,
Shin's gonna
that's fun.
smile, like trying his best to just internally be just 100% okay with this, but yeah. You want one? You want some?
Yeah, why not? Let's get some pizza, Shin.
Go right on ahead. Are you making it here, or are you heading over to your place, Shin?
Well, here, obviously. I want to make
Okay.
the best. You over here bragging I make the best pizza. I want to make the best. I gotta, use certain tools.
Fair enough. Yeah, can't do that outside.
Yeah.
Not that it stops us, but
Yeah.
go ahead and Rina, with Shin, I think the two of you would probably do well getting to know each other a little bit. So I'm gonna stay in here. I've actually got something planned for the two of you, and a few other men, whoever you'd want to bring. And she looks at you, Shin, because you know them much better than Rina would at this point.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at you and goes, and like maybe two other guys. Gaia looks at the two of you and she goes, and Shin, if you're welcome to bring,
I think this is a small team operation, so 2 other people. But you 2 go ahead and talk. I'm going to get everything in order so that when you guys come back in, I'll have your information for you, and you can head out.
Alright, cool.
Roger Dodger.
Hey, so, by the way, I had this customer come in and order the daily special today, added anchovies to it.
Ew.
I'm gonna make, apparently it was really good, trust me. I'm gonna make you some.
Please don't.
No, it's gonna happen, apparently.
Right.
Anchovies.
Well, no.
Take one bite. If you don't like it, pick it off.
Fine. 1 bite. If it makes you feel better, 1 bite. I trust your pizza. I don't trust whoever you're talking about. But if you're saying that he enjoyed it, fine. 1 bite.
Cool, and Shin's gonna walk out.
And Gaia gets up and goes over to her desk and starts moving some paper around and jotting out the plans for you guys.
Well. Hello?
So...
Where are you, Rina?
Yeah.
Are you still in the room with Gaia?
I walked out, she went to work. You
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, I guess I'm following Shin. Sorry, I did not. Anyway.
No, you're fine.
Yes, I'm following Shin.
So, Shin, you know of this kind of like secret area in the, not so much a secret, it's just like, you really only come back here. There's not a lot of food that gets traded around in the Revolt Group arena unless you're here, basically, because you're the best cook that they have. So you head over to where the kitchen is, and Rina, when you walk in here, you see it's looks like the kitchen of a pizzeria. You see areas that would have different types of stuff to put on there. Shin, you're a little upset at the fact that they definitely haven't stocked up as well as they should, as well as you're usually comfortable with. Which you can still make what you want to make, but minus a couple of ingredients.
Anchovies.
Shin's gonna think to himself, "This is what."
Yeah, no anchovies.
Shin's gonna think to himself, "This is what happens when the best money guy you got is, a non-bender." And so
Rina, you look at where the oven is. There's a standard oven and stuff for this time. It's like the 1950s or 60s in our time, so it's that type of oven. But you also see a pizzeria oven. Something that makes this place a little more unique, and Shin's about to show, is that it's not a fire that heats up what's in here. Shin instead uses some of his bending. He brings his fist out and brings out his hand like a chokehold and clenches his fist, and as he does, rocks kind of break within this pit to create lava, and thus creating heat inside this oven. And he turns to you, having witnessed that.
And as Shin turns to Rina, he's gonna go, "So what do you like on your pizza?"
The basics. The works, I think is what it's called. The works.
Alright. And as he starts getting everything he needs to make said pizza, he's gonna continue talking. Was that you that I was told messed up Big Jack over there?
Ooh, messed up? Oh, I hope I didn't do that. But yeah, I did call him a baby.
Oh.
I think it was the heat of the moment. I don't necessarily recall the words exchanged.
Alright. Poor guy. Should have seen him in the bathroom.
The bathroom? Oh. Maybe I'll issue an apology to him.
But yeah, he's gonna. Tell me something about yourself. As he's like rolling out what is going to be dough for the pizza. You want me to roll anything that frog, or you just let me make it?
Not yet. Yeah, I'll let you know when I want you to roll for something.
I'd like to also point out that Rina doesn't really know much about pizza. She just knows the words of the works.
Oh, you'll get the works.
Rolls a nat 1. Rina, this still looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm new to the city. What do you want to know?
Well, I know plenty about the city. I was talking about you. Like, just, how do you know Gaia? As he's continuing.
Oh, we go way back. We did a lot of things in our youth.
She doesn't talk about her past too much.
It's a thing we have in common.
Eh. We all got our secrets. Fine by me. What kind of gun you got there?
A cool one. And she'll put it on the table. I have no idea what it does. I mean, shoot people, yeah.
Can
That's what I got.
take a break from wash my hands real quick and inspect the gun?
Go for it.
I'm asking for, do I need to
roll
anything? I want to,
roll to wash your hand.
No, anything on to know what kind of gun it is and anything like that.
Yeah, you take a look at it. Roll me. Jeez, I'll let you roll me a history check to see how much knowledge you have in guns.
Gun check.
It's gonna make this very awkward. That's a 4.
It's a gun. It goes boom. You pull a trigger. Metal comes out of it sometimes.
It's not loaded. Don't try it.
Do I know how to see if it's loaded or not?
You know, not with a 4.
Not with the 4. He places it back on the table. He's like, nah.
I'll never find someone that knows how to use a gun.
Right? At this rate. You've had it for 20-something episodes, I think.
He's gonna go back to making the pizza. And just... Yeah, he's just making the pizza at this point. I've run out of questions.
Oh no. That was all of your interrogation?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, what do you do here? I know you're a muscle guy. What's so muscly about it?
He's just gonna, typical, he's got some pepperoni in one hand that he's been putting on the pizza, and he's just, raising his arm up and just flexing.
A big boy.
Yeah, he got a +4 in strength right now. And what else? What else is in the... Do we have for ingredients that I can throw on this?
List off
works.
Yeah, list off a few things that you feel the works would be.
Olives, onion, bell pepper, pepperoni, sausage, cheese, obviously. And I'm definitely making a point to look for some anchovies.
Okay, well, I already established that there isn't any, but roll me an investigation
Shit.
at disadvantage.
Exactly. Double check you. Man, they really ain't having it. First one's a 15, second one's a 3.
You don't find any anchovies.
Well, guess we'll have to try that some other time. And can I use mold earth to, make a grate. I want to put it over the lava to put the pizza on.
If it's some...
I'm not gonna...
Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying because I'm not gonna put the pizza right on the lava.
It sounds like that's something that you would do anyway. So I'm not even going to have you roll for it. Yeah, you mold the earth and you're able to kind of position your grate in a way that doesn't sit on the lava so it doesn't deteriorate the earth, and you just rest the pizza on top.
We're letting that cook. Spray a little oil on it. A tiny bit. And turn back to Rina and say, and we just let that cook.
Cool.
What brought you guys here? I heard there was others with you.
Oh, just business. I'm not a part of them anymore, so it doesn't matter. How long have you known the lady?
Shin's gonna chuckle a little bit. He's like, I've known Gaia about... Damn, how long did we say?
Almost 2 years, maybe.
About 2 years, around 2 years.
Cool. Cool. Wow, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. See, ain't just me. Ha.
No, man, that's fine. So there's a bit of an awkward silence. Each one of these points kind of comes within 5 to 10 minutes of each other. So by this point, the pizza has been made. At this point, yeah, roll me a performance check. Let's see how good this is.
That's a 13.
It's a pretty good looking pizza. Not your best, but I mean, with the ingredients that you have here, you know, you're satisfied with your work.
Yeah. Has a
Or
little
at least you're content with it.
couple burn spots around the edges, but hey, it's lava. It's not an exact science here. And lets that rest, cuts it up, gives her a slice. Like, try this.
She eats it. A pizza! Pretty good, by my standards. I have very high standards.
Well, I mean, that's... What would I expect from someone who's apparently known Gaia for as long as you have?
Exactly.
You grab the pizza, or what's left of it after that slice, so 7 slices left. You get it on a plate, bring it over. You guys are kind of walking in an awkward silence. Clearly can tell there's not a lot of trust in the air between the two of you. Because you guys are both kind of like watching your own backs around y'all. You don't know these people, Rina, and you don't know her, Shin. But you guys get back to Gaia's room. Rina earthbends it down so that you don't have to do it, Shin, since you're carrying the pizza. You guys walk in, and you see at this point now, Gaia has got the table ready and has a few, looks like a small stack of papers and stuff. Looks like some pictures, some maps and things like that on your side of her little table that was in the back, as she stands behind it after having got everything in order, and neatly organizes the rest of her table as you guys walk in. She sees you and goes, "Oh, yeah, go ahead and just put that down anywhere on the table. I'll take a bite whenever."
Yeah, you're in luck. Couldn't find any anchovies.
She just smiles and goes, "Good."
Thank God.
Right? What'd you think of it?
Tastes like a pizza.
Well then, mission accomplished, Shin. You've successfully made pizza tasting pizza.
Yes.
Nailed it.
My greatest account. No, I'm kidding.
So, listen. And you see her tone kind of shifts a little bit in this, which is, you see this a lot of the times, Shin. This is kind of like her
serious mood right now. She always gets like this when talking about missions and stuff like that. Rina, you kind of saw it too when you came out on the balcony with her when she declared that you are the next in command now. But it's still interesting to see her, given your past with her, it's still a little weird seeing her get so serious so quick. And she just goes, "Alright, listen. I've been hearing word on the street that there is another type of group being formed. It's not Benders, though. I've been hearing that this is an anti-Bender group. They often get together here in the Vine sector just to stay away from the rest of the city. Of course, with the law as skewed as it is, police don't do anything about them. They're not Benders. They're not breaking any laws by getting together. The only thing that I need, and I don't really know much about them, so we need to gather more information. What I need you guys to do is go to their little hangout spot and just try to gather information, who their leader is, how many men they have in their group, because we don't want trouble caused. The law is already on their side. To have the police against us and have this and then have what we've got planned going on in a couple of days, I just don't feel comfortable having this anti-Bender organization going on. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Shouldn't say yeah with a mouthful of pizza now.
And she gestures over to the stack of papers. Either one of you goes to start looking through it. As you do, she continues and she speaks and goes, "Last I've heard, they hang out at a warehouse down in the docks, down near that area. It's a large 2-story warehouse, kind of off of the docks themselves, still within the Vine sector, as I said before. That's where it is on the map." And she points over to it. Shin, you immediately recognize it's like right near where you were earlier tonight. But she continues and goes, "I don't know how many men are there, but I hear that they're getting together to do whatever non-Benders do with their hatred. Whatever. That's why I want at least 2 other people to go, though. Because I don't want to see anything happen to either of you. And I don't want anything to happen to the rest of our gang. So whoever you decide to bring with you, just make sure that they can be stealthy. Make sure that they can be smart. We just need to find out who the leader is. And that way we can keep a better eye on them when he's not there. Or she. We don't know."
You got it.
Shen's thinking about who to bring. Who would he recall would be the better choices?
Okay. So, of the list of people that you generally bring with you, I wrote down a few names here on the downtime. Of course, you have Ty, who's your right-hand man's right-hand man. You've got Shung, who is an Earthbender male. He is your right-hand man. You got Hiri, which is a Firebender. And then you've got Ta, a female, who is a Firebender, and Pamen, who is an Earthbender female. You know, all of those are very skilled. To be honest, we'll say you know for sure the Earthbender female and the Firebender male are not that sneaky, but they are stronger. Shung and Ta
You know, Shang can be very sneaky, and Ta can be sneaky. They're not as strong as Hiri and Pamen. Tai is in the middle. Like, he would be a well-to-do fit anyway.
And I'm bringing... You said 3?
Just 2. We don't want too many people to go, because the more people creates more chances to be seen.
Yeah. I mean, I would recommend Shang and the fire guy. I forget what his name is already.
Chong?
It's Chung and Hiri.
Hiri. Yes, Chung and Hiri. Yep.
And she nods and goes, okay, I half expected Shang anyway, but Hiri, okay, fine. You can take both of them. Just be careful out there. The last thing I want to hear is any one of you getting hurt.
Yep.
And she looks over to Yushin and do not kill anybody. You know, I don't stand for that.
Of course.
Okay. And she looks to you, Rina, and goes, and to clarify, I said it to him and I'm saying it to you. We don't kill anybody here. That's not our go-to.
Roger that.
Okay. And she gives a soft smile and glances back to you, Rina, before she goes, alright, whenever you're ready, it's best to do it tonight because we know they're there.
Rena's gonna head toward the door and go, after you.
Shin's gonna grab another slice for the road and be like, alright. Walk out the door and start calling off to the Chung and Hiri. Like, where are you two at?
You walk out, it's the large crowd of people, same as always. It's interesting because when you guys are in this back room area, it's basically like backstage of a stage.
Wow.
The big difference, I know, right? Huh. But the big difference is you, like, literally can't hear what's going on in the main room where the arena is when you're back here. So the second the door slides down, immediately you are hit with this wave of just conversation and noise. But it's pleasant, you know. Shin, you're used to it. It's just a bunch of rowdy people hanging out together, basically.
Yeah, that's why I walked out yelling.
Yeah. And through the whole crowd, you can barely hear it. You hear, Sean! Hiri! But you know exactly where they are. You see Hiri is just kind of like hanging out over by the bar, which most of the firebenders are at the moment. Hiri, he's a pretty tall guy, about 5'10", so he is still shorter than you, Rina. He basically looks like Ryu from Street Fighter, to give you an idea. Like, he's got a bandana around his forehead. He's got cut sleeves and, like, shows a little too much of his chest and very loose pants. He sees you.
If he had more attitude.
Huh?
Mako, if he had more attitude.
Absolutely. And he just looks at Yushin and looks at you, Rina, and he always has this like toothpick in his mouth, and he grabs it and he pulls the toothpick out of his mouth and just looks at to you and he goes, Shin, new boss lady.
Howdy.
Hiri, we got a mission that we're gonna need you on.
At least give me some of the pizza first. I mean, you come in, we haven't had food all night. This guy doesn't know how to make anything, and he just gestures to the guy behind the bar, who is clearly struggling with how many orders of drinks that are being given, and keeps telling people, no, we don't really have that much food. We just have chicken dog wings and all this, and they were getting all upset. But he just looks at you smiling and puts the toothpick back in his mouth.
Shin's gonna look at him and be like, you know how I am. Said we got a mission. We can eat some food later.
Is she coming?
Oh yeah.
Don't get in the way.
Oh, I'll try my best.
Then make his way. Gonna bring the group over to Chung, grab his attention.
Okay. You see, Chung is a massive guy, 6'5". Although he's big, he's not as like physically strong. So he's I don't want to say he's lanky. He's a tall average earthbender, but he does have this really big grizzly-like beard, and he wears a bandana over his head, kind of like a biker style almost. He definitely wears the jackets that you see, that Rina, you see some of the Bender Revolt group wears. He's wearing one right now, and he's just kind of like surrounding a small table with other earthbenders as they're all just talking, and you hear him just like, yeah, you know, the big thing about being a sandbender, you just gotta be quick on your feet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you get it. And he points over to someone else who's definitely not a sandbender, and he's just like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, you see, this guy gets it. And he takes a swig of his drink, kind of leans back a little too far, and like bumps his head into you, Rina, and turns around and goes, well, hello. What do we have here? Hi.
Hi.
And he sees you, Shin, and he just goes, oh, hello, Shin. What's up, man?
No, go on, continue, man.
No, that was it. That was everything. Nope, got nothing else to say. Yep.
Just hello and hi.
Yeah. And what's up?
Shin's gonna laugh at him a little bit and be like, we got a mission. How are you? Are you
God,
okay
always
for
on
a
the best
mission right now?
nights. And he looks down at the bottom of his glass and goes, yeah, how soon?
Okay. Now soon?
Man, alright. And he slams the drink down on the table and he goes, y'all take care. Remember what I said.
Shin's currently rethinking his decision. Shin did not anticipate Shung being this messed up.
And he sees Hiri there, he's like, God, you had to bring a firebender with you.
Need some kind of muscle besides me. He's on your half.
I mean, this chick took out Big Jack today. Like, you guys... And here he goes, well, it's always a pleasure in working with you. Yeah, I can say the same.
Well, isn't this such a lovely group you've brought together?
Hey, on a normal occasion, I am fine. He is never fine. And he points to Hiri, but like off to the side a little bit. Like his vision isn't fully there.
Alright.
She pats him on the shoulder.
Shin's gonna now just rethink this entire... Shang, where's Ty?
Last time I saw he was going to Big Jack. I think he was said something about Big Jack needed someone to talk to or something. I don't know. He's been a big baby tonight.
Are they still in the bathroom?
If that's where he was last, yeah, I'd say so.
Alright. Shin's gonna pat him on the back. You just stay here. You're good. I'm gonna go find Ty.
Alright, and he finger guns and like goes right back to the table.
It's caught up.
Rina's like, a man to my heart. Finger guns him.
He winks at you, but he winks with both eyes, so it just looks like he's blinking.
I smile really awkwardly and walk away.
Catch you later.
Sure.
You guys head over. You guys head over to the ladies' room, which, Rina, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
And you see here, he's just like, why are we going into the ladies' room?
Don't question things, Harry.
Well, I'm gonna wait out here, because I'm not a creep, okay? Just do what you need to do.
Shin's gonna obviously knock on the door before he opens it.
Knock,
Oh,
knock.
you just hear from the other side. What?
Alright, we're good. He's gonna walk in. Like, how you feeling? How you feeling that bit, Jack?
Rina, you see Big Jack is sitting on the floor with like a box of tissues, and Ty, which we mentioned earlier. I don't think I ever actually explained what Ty looked like.
No.
Well, basically imagine like a Bolin. So he's got like a kind face, clean shaven, but like a decently muscular build. Not too much, just enough. And he wears one of the jackets too, but he's doing the 90s thing and has it tied around his waist because you guys know, well, Shin, he gets hot really easy. That's one of his quirks. So he is like sweating a little bit, not because he's nervous, he just gets hot super fast. And he just looks to you, he just looks to the two of you and is like, I don't know what to do with this guy. I really don't.
Once again, Shin's gonna look at Rina and be like, what did you do to him?
I just beat him up, I guess.
Why did you bring her in here? This isn't what I needed.
Big Jack, we've talked about this. We need to face our problems.
I think he did. And I beat him.
He looks at the empty box of tissues and throws it across the room. And Ty's like, Are you rescuing me? Are you getting me out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. And he just gets up and leaves.
Before we leave, as punishment, go find Shung. Tell him he's needed in the ladies' room.
Oh my god. Dude, that is so funny. I saw Chung was like messed up earlier tonight. Is he still like that?
Yes. Just make sure when you send him, it's the right ladies' room.
All right, I'll take him to this one for sure. Yeah, I'll meet you guys outside. Yeah, I'll be there in just a second. Okay. And you guys part very briefly. Hiri follows you guys out the door. Shortly later, and Ty comes out. You see him. He's just like laughing to himself. And comes up to the rest of you guys, looks at Hiri, and he's like, "What's up, man?" Hiri just kind of like looks at him and goes, "All right, so what's the game plan? What's the game plan? You brought us out here. What is the mission? Is this something that the lady wants us to do tonight?"
Yep.
Okay.
And he's gonna basically tell him, like, we gotta... Correct me if I am misremembering. I have a bad memory sometimes. But tell him we need to go scope out this one place over by the docks.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just get some information.
Okay, so this is just like a recon mission or just a information gather. Okay.
Yeah, no. He's gonna like directly look at Hiri when he says, he's like, no killing anyone.
And
what do
no
you mean, man? Like,
bending.
no bending.
This is a anti-bender group, so we might want to ditch the narcos.
All right, narc.
I'm not the one trying to be a narc.
Look, we are a part of a bender group, and you're telling me not to bend because we're outside. Like, what?
Yes, I am.
And Ty looks at him and goes, well, I mean, technically she is, like, the new leader, so you're not... I don't like it either, but it is what it is. And he wipes some sweat off of his forehead.
Are you nervous, or are you just...
Oh, no, this is just me. This is just me.
Okay.
I get real sweaty.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Yeah.
Shin's gonna chuckle, because I'm assuming this happens quite often when someone is meeting Ty relatively early, like new.
Yeah, for sure.
He's just gonna chuckle and be like, okay, so we get here, basically groups of two, as we get more information. Ty and Hiri, you guys go together, me and Rina go together.
All right.
Don't
yeah,
bend.
I'm fine with that.
I
Shin,
cannot
Yeah, we'll
reiterate
see.
enough.
again, don't bend.
Fine, fine.
If you want to punch,
But listen,
you want to do kicks, that's fine.
I mean, you got another one of those, and he points at your gun.
You know how to use it?
Yeah.
I look at Shin like, is that a good idea?
Shin's gonna like be slowly shaking his head.
What?
Can't
What?
say I got another.
I can do a gun. I can use a gun. Like, come on, guys. Tell me not to bend. You won't even let me take that gun?
Yes, because we're also, like I said, not killing.
Okay.
Recon.
Jeez, all these rules. Alright, fine. Let's do it. Let's get on with this. And here he walks away.
Wait.
And Ty
ditch
goes,
the
do you know
jacket.
where we're going? Where are we going, by the way? No, he shouts that out to Hiri and then looks at you guys and goes, and where are we going?
The docks?
And I explained to him where we're going, like directionally wise.
Okay. And you guys begin making your way there. In the meantime, is there anything that you guys want to talk to either of them? Rina, anything that you want to say to them? Shin, anything?
Pretty much just
No.
telling Ty to going over to Ty and be like, hey, while we're doing this, just keep an eye on Hiri.
I know,
Make
he gets
sure
a little
he-
hot-headed, but
Yeah.
you know, I've worked with him before. I got you, man. I got your back.
We don't need anything messing up today.
No, trust me, yeah, it's been despite the whole Big Jack thing, it's been a pretty good night. He, like, wipes some sweat out of his armpits.
Ew.
I'm sorry, I just get very sweaty.
I told you need to see a doctor about that, man.
I know! I don't have insurance. But here he walks up to you, Shin, and he's like, alright, listen, man. What's the special thing going on with the All Earthbenders and the lady? Like, what do you guys have planned? Come on, you can tell me, you can trust me. You can trust me, man.
Shin's gonna, like, bring him down to his level, because obviously Shin is shorter than, everyone here. He's like, look, you know me.
Yeah.
You know I would tell y'all things if I could. I can't.
Well, then can you at least tell me about what the heck's going on with her and all of that?
He's gonna...
And he's not saying this quiet, Rina. Like, you can hear this conversation.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just listening.
Shin's gonna look at Rina and then look back at Hiri and go, no. Haven't cracked it myself.
Alright, well, when you do, let me know. Okay?
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Come on, you know I take care of you guys, and come on, we do a good job here. We all get back. I'll make some pizza for everybody.
Listen, you say that you take care of us, but you can't even tell us firebenders what the heck's going on.
Hey, if y'all need to know, y'all would know.
And he looks back over at you, Rina, and turns back around and keeps walking.
It's for your guys' sake. Nothing personal.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh.
Oh.
What is
Said
it, because
what I
we're
said.
firebenders, you guys can't trust us or something? Is that what's going on?
Definitely not it.
Shin's gonna stay out of this one. Who wants to see how?
Akira.
How
That.
do you think we're supposed to be taking that then? You know, you guys got this stupid stuff going on with whatever you've got planned, and we're sitting on the sidelines like we aren't worth the time. Like, come on now. This isn't fair.
I get that. And listen, I really wish you guys were in on it, but the lady wants not that, so what are you gonna do about it?
The lady isn't here.
That's right.
So what she doesn't know that I know isn't gonna hurt her, right?
I look at Shin like,
Shin, once again, just standing back. He's like, this is Shin seeing how the new boss deals with stuff.
You can't sit there and demanding trust in people, and then when they ask a simple question, can't even answer them. That's not how trust works.
well, I know that.
Well, if you know that, then do something about it. You're supposed to be the new boss.
I'm not the boss. There's still a boss above me. And this is a one boss thing that I can't outboss. I finger gun to loosen the tension.
He just like bats the finger gun away and continues to walk.
I'm wounded.
The whole time you see Ty in the background just like face forward, not even like making eye contact with any of what just happened.
Good time.
Hey man, like I don't know I don't know anything either, you know what I mean? Like oof. Awkward. You guys just walk in a silence the rest of the way. Ty just kind of like trying to break the tension by whistling sometimes, realizing he can't whistle, and then just like clapping his thighs as he's walking, like he's a horse. Like
the clap of his thigh.
And he's like, I spy. It's too dark for that. Hey, Shin, pick a number between. Nah, I'm not in the mood. You guys get to the warehouse. Shin, a part of you felt like it was going to be the one that you were in earlier, but it's not. It's the one next to it. So you know what to look for. You see the damage that was done to like the door on the one that you were at, and such. But unless someone was actively looking at the moment, they wouldn't even pay it any mind. This is the Vine sector. Things are broken. Like that's normal. But you guys come up to, it looks like a large warehouse made out of metal like the other one, with lights inside. The only windows are the second floor ones that you can find a way to if you could get up there and be able to look inside. You see that the door is shut tight, maybe even locked. It depends on if you guys want to go up and try to find it or try to look. But certainly you are hearing activity going on inside. With the door shut, you don't know if that's just because they're trying to keep anything from coming in, or they've already got all of their people in for the night. You're not sure if someone else is going to be coming by. But Ty and Hiri kind of like hide behind one of the metal containers in a circle with each other as they start conversating. Gesturing for you guys to come over, and Ty goes, okay, so like, what's the plan, guys? How are we doing this? You want to split up, but like, I don't see any way to get in without breaking in, and I don't see any way to look inside without doing some bending.
Is the door locked?
I haven't checked. Should I?
Yes.
Okay. Well.
Inconspicuous time.
Inconspicuous. And he looks at his body and he goes, yeah, I think I could do that. And like puts his hands in his pockets, looks both ways, and just starts casually humming to himself as he's like strolling leisurely over to the door and like stands behind it
or he stands with his back to the door and like tries to jiggle the handle, and then just like casually walks back to where you guys are, and he goes, "Yeah, that's locked."
That was perfect.
Thanks. Yeah, you know, I wish I could whistle. That would have been much better than humming, but
We'll teach you one day.
I sure hope so.
This just keeps going. Shin keeps making promises.
So, I don't mean to be like in your business, but what's your name again? Rina? Something?
Yes, that is my name.
Okay, you're an earthbender, but like what's your element? What's your sub-element?
Metal.
Oh, sweet, me too, yeah, okay. So
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I have an idea, like you can do like your feet thing, right?
The feet thing? Yeah, I could do the feet thing.
Yeah, I
Who
can
can't do the feet thing?
Shin's gonna look at both of them and be like, unless there's some metal bending feet, what are y'all talking about?
The river dance. You know.
Okay, now she lost me.
What?
But my thing, I mean, I just call it seismic sense, but like, if you call it the river dance, that's, hey, you do you.
It's a regional thing, I think.
Where are you from? What?
The South.
Okay, yeah. Well, and I guess that makes sense. I've only lived in Republic City my whole life, so yeah. It could be a regional thing. I don't know. And he looks over at Shin for like approval.
Shin just shrugs like river dance.
River dance, yeah, who does
that? So we're doing that?
You know, that's what I was thinking. Like, this is a pretty big warehouse. I don't know how like good you are at your river dance, but like my seismic sense can only go but so far. You know what I mean? So like maybe we can like split.
Triangle it.
Go ahead, Shin.
We can make going points of a triangle around this place. Go as
There
far
we
as
go.
we can. Each do it. Regroup and give the info.
Yeah. So like we're only here to like figure out who's in there, right?
These are one of those times my memory is failing me.
Because like we can give the lady like whatever information she needs, but like I don't know what we're here for beyond just like scoping this place out. And Shin, you remember
Because I have like
I forgot that. No, you
16
haven't had a
HP.
long rest. You haven't had
no.
a long rest, but you could. I can say you've had a short rest, so you've been able to like.
I mean, yeah, you had a short rest.
Yeah, you've had a short rest, so you can roll hit dice to heal yourself or to grant yourself some chi.
How many hit?
What level are you?
Up
Level
to-
5, so you have 5d10 that you could use if you chose. You can use like 3d10 if you want, and then use another 2 to gain some chi back or something.
Okay. Can I use it to gain charges back or no?
Stamina gets brought back at the end of a short rest regardless. You can always just replenish stamina after a short rest. Kind of like how spell slots can be gained with warlocks after short rests.
Would this time we spent allotted for a short rest for me?
Yes.
For what I did.
Yes, I would say the time that it took to like make the pizza, talk to all these guys and stuff, you've had time to rest, so you've got your stamina back as well. Any chi that you spent would be gone unless you want to spend one of your hit die to regain some chi.
And chi is for which one again?
Chi is for your bender abilities, your features. So not the techniques, the features.
No,
The
I
stuff
didn't
like
do any-
seismic sense and rock boots and things like that.
Haven't done any of those except for the plan we're devising right now.
Okay. Rina, you're free to roll your dice to heal. 1 hit die equals 1 chi if you're trying to regain some chi. But yeah, you have had time to do that. But Shin, you recall the mission is to not just find out how many people are in this anti-bender group, but it's also to try to see who the leader is. Because she made a point in saying, if we know who the leader is, we can keep an eye on him when he's, or her, when he's not, or her, she is not here.
Hey.
So the mission is not just to gather intel on how many people are in this anti-bender group, but also to find out who the leader is, if you can.
How about, because you said there was a window like at the top, right?
Yeah, it's the second story. And there is no like stairway or
no
anything
ladder,
that leads
nothing
to
like that.
Nothing like that.
Look, Shin's gonna turn to Rina and say, look, you said no bending, but we're already gonna be, he's gonna air quote, river dancing for information. How about we, because he's a firebender, he should be able to, like, launch himself up there, is my idea.
As long as no one that's not us sees it, I guess. Yeah.
And then, as we're going around, getting the information laying around, he can, see what's going on down there. Get a actual visual versus our stuff.
Fine with me. I won't say anything.
Alright, so let me get this straight. You want me to go into the lion's den because I'm a firebender?
I mean, I want you to go up on the roof.
I mean, can't you guys make like rock pillars and stuff? Why do I gotta do that?
Because we're gonna be around the base of the building, getting
dancing.
the light, getting the. She'll be dancing. We're gonna get the layout of the building.
Can't believe this is my boss. River dancing.
It's an art.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Listen.
Yeah.
Let's just get it done.
All right. Yeah. Fine. I'll jet up there. What's our signal? What's our signal to get out? To get out of here.
Well, originally I was gonna say whistle, but then Shin's gonna look at Ty, like we still haven't taught you.
Ty's just wiping sweat off of his forehead, and then scratches his nose.
He's gonna look at Rina. Shin's gonna look at her. What do you think the signal should be?
Cough twice.
It's a
And
pretty
if you
loud
actually
cough
have to
for
cough,
this size.
cough more than that.
But like, okay, so question: what if you need to cough twice, but you don't want to use that as your signal? You know what I mean? Because like I sneeze 3 times, always, all the time. So like, what? So like,
Then
should I
cough
make a
times.
fake cough?
Yes.
4 times.
Yes.
Okay, but what if that means like urgent? Let's gotta go. Like,
Well, that's not what that means.
So what is the urgent cough? Is it like 3 coughs? But then wait. So what if you
were
don't
coughing, it's
hear?
urgent.
But what if you don't hear one of the coughs and you're like, oh, that's just 3 coughs, so that is the alarm? And
Well, what would you suggest, my dear?
I don't like a bird call, maybe.
Can you make a bird call?
Yeah, caw.
Not now!
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Well, I don't know any bird call.
Shin is gonna look at her and be like, I can teach you one real quick. First question, do you know how to whistle?
Oh, very funny.
Can I roll to see if I know?
Sure. We've already done snore checks. Might as well do whistle checks.
Okay. D20.
Yeah,
7.
you can't whistle.
Yeah, I can't whistle.
Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say anything 10 or higher you can. So
It's no for me.
Shin's gonna look at between Rina and Ty, be like, I'm gonna start charging for a class.
Can you whistle? You know, now that I think about it, Shin, I've never heard you whistle.
Do I have to roll for this too?
Yeah, sure.
Listen, so.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Listen, that's a 7.
Interesting. That is so crazy. So whistling class involves telling people,
yeah,
you just do it.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Like, to do a whistle class, shouldn't you first know how to whistle?
Listen,
he's doing it with the hopes that eventually he'll figure
that the students will teach him, and then he can then teach the students. It's reverse teaching.
Reverse psychology.
They pay you to teach you how to whistle. Okay, I mean, if it works, it works. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, maybe we could talk this up with the lady, see what happens. Open up a little whistle school.
I'll learn one way or another.
Somehow, some way, yeah. Maybe we can learn in a book or something, I don't know.
Talks.
So are we reverting back to the 2 cough method?
Well, since none of us can whistle.
Hey, I thought the bird call was a great idea, but, like, if you don't know how to make a bird call, if you can't caw-caw, then that's a nah-nah.
Caw-caw, is that good?
Yeah, but you gotta use the back of the throat a little bit more. Like...
Caw-caw!
There you go, yeah. See, that sounds almost like a real animal, and that's what we want.
Okay, so
now
bird call?
The question is, what if a real bird does caw at the time that...
It's nighttime, they're sleeping.
The real issue...
Okay, then why would this work in the first place?
I was gonna say, the real issue with this plan is, do we know that's the sound of the birds in this area?
And as you're saying
I don't know. I'm not an ecologist.
As you're saying that, you see a blast of fire from on top of one of the crates, one of the hangar crates, as Hiri shoots up to the roof, lands on top of the warehouse building, and rolls out of view.
But we'll figure something out, you know?
Just scream. It's fine. Let's go.
No, what if he tries to do the cough and we've already like been past the cough? Like this plan is falling apart.
Let's go to your point.
Okay, fine. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Jeez.
All right, so he takes Ty takes the point closest to the docks on the left. And the 2 of you take a separate points. Everybody spends 1 of their chi points to then get a view of the room. And I'm going to say this in the point of Rina. So Rina, you do your river dance. And as you do, you start to get a sense of the inside of this warehouse. You see that it's fairly empty minus the people that are actually in here. There is a small, what looks like stage almost. It just looks like it's a bunch of wooden posts that they kind of laid flat, so that's risen above the main group. There's not a lot of chairs or anything like that. It's just people kind of standing around, and you see that there is one person standing on the stage, speaking out to the rest of the people. You also see there's a small group of individuals to the side of the stage, not really making any, drawing any attention to themselves, so you can see, like, the point is right now focused on whoever this person is that's talking on the stage. That's also, everybody else sees this as well, except for Ty, because he's not in range to see that. He just sees how many people there are. Taro and Shin, you see between 20 and 30 people. Rina. But Rina, you see this more because being a metal bender, your seismic sense is stronger than other sub-elements.
which is why I'm focusing on what you're saying. You can, Shin, you're seeing the same thing, but Rina is able to see this stuff in greater detail. Specifics like facial features and like what people are wearing, stuff like that, you can't see, but you do see the bodies, how many there are. Shin, your view just goes out of line and you don't see the full room the way Rina does. But Rina, that's what you can capture just through your seismic sense alone.
Sick.
And Shin, you look up over towards the roof because you know that's where Hiri would be, and you see him. He kind of like is laying flat, looking into the warehouse from where the window is. Doesn't notice that you're watching, and like kind of like maneuvers himself to where he's standing on the frame of the window and tries to like slide it open. One of these. I mean, for the sake of time, we'll say that these are openable, even though warehouse windows usually aren't. And he sneaks his way inside of the warehouse.
Shin's just gonna, I guess, call out, "Caca!" Like, try to get their attention because that was not part of the plan.
Okay. And, a moment later, you see Ty is doing his casual stroll over to where he heard the caw, heading towards you, acting as though he doesn't see you're there. He's just trying to whistle. Rina, you heard the caw. I take it you just kind of head over to the corner that Shin is at. And we'll say it's the corner that's, like, furthest away from the door. So you guys are... If the front of the building was where the door was, you guys are in the back right now.
Hiri just went into the building.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have brought him, but...
Look, I didn't want to say it when he was here. He can be a little rude, you know, like...
He can, and he doesn't always listen, and I knew that coming in.
And you still chose him?
What were your other options?
Chung.
And yeah, I don't blame you for not bringing him. He was gone when I saw him.
What was the girl firebender again?
It was Ta and Pamin.
He doesn't know, and Ta and Pamin as well.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess if there was anybody that we needed that was muscle, it would have been Hiri. I mean, Pamin strong too, but... Okay, but what do we do? Like...
Well, we gotta get him out of there, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Or should we just hope he comes out?
We can do that. I have no problem with that. Except for the one that he knows they're anti-benders in there.
Yeah, he doesn't really like those kinds of people.
Yeah.
At all. Like, at all. Like, if there was someone who had a hatred of cat dogs, just throwing that animal out there, just as a random throw it out there. If there was someone who had a searing hatred for cat dogs and their existence, he would hate non-benders or anti-benders more. Like, that's the degree of not liking that he has. Yeah.
So we gotta...
Well, unless we want to murder, we should get him out of there.
Well,
Could...
I mean, how are we gonna do that?
I mean, we could go in the same way he did. The issue is getting up there. Or, we could...
Do either of you guys know how to swim?
I mean, look at me.
Yeah, same.
No.
No.
I can't swim. I'm sorry.
No.
Dang it. Okay.
I like the
That was
earth.
my only idea.
Well, can you swim?
No. I sink.
This is back to the whistling thing again.
Oh god.
Just no bragging.
Oh yeah, I can swim. I swam once against my will.
Well, you know,
for like 2 seconds.
If you ever need some quick cash, you could open up a swim school and hire people, or like get paid for people to teach you how to swim.
Yeah, it's a very good business concept.
I mean, it sounds flawless. Let's be honest.
Yeah, honestly.
With them both being metal benders, and we did the seismic sense, would they be able to tell how thick these metal walls are?
Yes, Rina, these walls are not that thick at all. It looks more like these warehouses are made out of solid metal, but this solid metal is basically the same metal. Like, imagine someone just took out chunks of metal crates and boarded it into warehouses.
How about a distraction?
Okay, I'm following you. As long as it's not whistling. Or swimming, apparently.
Neither of those.
Neither of those have to be off the table.
Absolutely not. No whistling or water.
Right.
How? Okay.
Can a water bender whistle underwater?
I don't know.
I think if you put an airbender underwater with a water bender, I think they could do that.
Well, obviously the airbender could he just put an airboat over his head?
Yeah. We're getting off topic. I am sorry, guys.
Okay, so how about you, metal bender, push me, another metal bender, into a metal storage container. I go, I've been attacked by a bender, and scream, and then and that draws out, I hate bender people out here, and then we can. That's as far as I got.
I feel that would put a target on Ty's back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind that.
I can push myself into it and say, I've been attacked by a metal bender.
I mean, I can handle that if I really needed to. But my thing is, I didn't really get a good sense of how many people there were. I could have just been my position. But there's a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's my idea. And that's the only one I got. What do you guys got?
Because that was... he's gonna ask... Shin's gonna ask Ty how thick the walls were. Because he wasn't able to... I don't know.
And he's about to, slap it really hard. And then realizes he shouldn't at the last second, and then just puts his hand back and goes, "They're not too thick. If we had to metal bend these open, we could definitely do that."
That'd be probably really loud though. That's why we would need the distraction.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, but
because my original plan, if they were a little bit thicker, was try to use the metal benders to form stairs in the wall without if they
that'd be very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that too afterwards. That's why I was like, never mind.
I mean, I like the idea. So, do we think that we could earthbend quietly? Does anybody know how to make tunnels? Because what if we keep trying to think about going head on, and that's very earthbender of us, so I'm proud, go Team Earth. But
look at us
we don't always have to go head forward, you know what I mean?
We can do
I have
under
forward.
Yeah, we could go down to go up.
But if we hop up in there, they'll see us, right?
Rina, I want you to roll me a perception check.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay. 12 plus 4, 16.
This entire time, your seismic sense has stayed active. As this conversation has gone on, you find, like, you're in this conversation, sure, but your mind kind of takes a moment to back out of it and look at what's going on inside. You didn't hear anything, probably from how thick these walls are and where the window was compared to where you guys are. But you now see there is someone on their knees being held by a couple of people inside. And they are on the stage. The people inside are more rowdy than before. And the person that was talking initially on the stage is like wailing his arms around as though he's giving this speech. There's 3 people that were in the back near the stage that weren't drawing any attention to themselves. They walk up and they all surround the person that's on their knees and begin making jabs at the person. Not fists. You don't see fists. I mean, you're detailed enough to see that, but they're doing more just like piercing jabs on their chest, and then the person just drops.
This is a caw situation. Hello, I think. Can you guys see? I think he went down. We need to get in there. Or maybe not. I don't know what they did to him, but
As soon as she says she thinks he went down, Shin would like to, raise his hand up, or Shin would raise his hand up to make more lava, and then throw it at the wall.
Okay. You, hearing that one of your men has gone down, instinctually just create a pocket of lava as Rina is like, guys, blah, blah, blah. You create this lava next to you and just chuck as much of it as you can against this metal wall. Immediately begins eroding the metal on this wall. As it does, you're starting to hear the speech that the guy was giving that was on the stage, and it stops abruptly as all of the people begin to turn to where this wall is. It has corroded enough to where the 3 of you can all see inside. Ty is just wide-eyed like, oh man, I wasn't expecting this tonight. Rina, you didn't, like, in one fluid motion, all of this happened, so that caught you by surprise as well. Shin, there's this look of determination on you. The 3 of you immediately lock eyes with where you see Hiri is passed out on the floor even though his eyes are wide open. You know, now seeing him, he's not passed out. He is just literally frozen stiff on the stage. And you see the three people that were surrounding him that you saw, Rina, all loop around this large crowd of people as they rush over to go try to grab whatever they can, creating a mob, essentially, to see the 3 of you there. The person on the stage goes, and this is what happens. We see people coming through here trying to make these changes on us just having our own night here. We cannot have this. This is unfair. And this whole time, as he's making this statement, you see the 20 to 30 people are trying to grab whatever weapons they can and begin rushing over to where the entrance is that you have now created, Shin, and that is where we will end this episode.
Do I know? Can I recognize who the person is that was talking?
He has a mask on his face. I guess I can say this, the 2 of you roll me perception checks.
19.
I got 19 also, plus 4.
Oh.
23.
Alright. Both of those are good enough. Not only are you able to analyze this scene like this, you do see a banner is hanging. It has a picture of Amon. The man on stage is wearing a mask of a similar style.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So thank you everybody for coming in and listening tonight. This was fine and fun and dandy and wonderful, wasn't it? Ending on a good note. So beautiful.
Oh yes.
That was crazy.
Whenever I do these sessions, I am never worried about my life or Rina's life. Ever.
Oh, that was the end of that?
That's yeah. I'm like,
Period.
Sounded like there was more, but okay.
No, that's the joke. That's it. That's the tweet.
All right, so do you guys have anything to say to these wonderful listeners?
Pray for us.
yeah, that's all right. This is gonna be fun. Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
thank you,
welcome,
guys.
Shin.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a good old rowdy bunch of people, I can already tell.
It's just funny because like the point I'm at, trying to work these things because I don't know certain things. Thus the GIF I sent earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Because Frog already knows. I try to. My brain will try to figure everything out.
Yep, and how's that going for you?
I'm working on it.
You're making
Am I
progress.
confusing you?
No, actually.
So Rina, to give you a little bit of an idea, I only told Shin exactly what he needs to know at this point. So, like, where the rest of the gang was, why you are here, all of that, he literally has no idea. No clue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which is why I've been very careful on my hints.
I know up to the point that has been released to the public.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Which is also why when he went to have his break, I told you, like, what episode was out and what episode's coming out tomorrow.
Right.
Just to, like, give you a sense. So now things may be making a little bit more sense. Things may be a little bit more clear for you on that end.
Oh yeah, and the thing with that person hasn't even happened yet, so.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the knowledge I have, that's why my brain's like, okay. And I've been doing this to Frog ever since he mentioned putting me in here. I'm like, now I'm working on trying to figure all this out.
But thank you, everybody, for coming in to listen. As the end of the notes, I always had to say this was a Skeptic Frogs production. We are playing in the world of Avatar, created by Bryke, published by Nickelodeon. Class models are a Skeptic Frogs creation, the Elementers version 3.1.0. Feel free to drop us a 5-star review on iTunes. That greatly helps our show, as well as helps get us closer to our stretch goal for the bonus content that we are hoping to create for you guys. And after all of that, who wants to say it?
I'll say it. Subscribe for more shenanigans!
Shenanigans. Goodbye, Daddy Craig.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Optimus Prime, Craig.
You gotta say Daddy.
Nope, not saying it.